Initially, we thought that editing was easy and consisted mainly of just importing videos together and audio and then cutting it together.
Yeah, but we found out that there's a lot more to consider, such as transitioning, timing, different layers, different colours and effects.
We used Adobe Premiere Pro, which is a different editing software to the one we've used in previous videos, like our workshops and preliminary task, where we used Final Cut.
Yeah, and we did this because we wanted to challenge ourselves, and also because it's more accessible to us to get Adobe Premiere Pro on our laptops at home.
As we weren't familiar with the software, there were certain aspects of editing that required us to have to watch tutorials online to be able to execute them, like our mirror scene. We added adjustment layers over the top of the flashback sequence, so to colour grade the shots to be either a warm red tone or a cold blue.
In order to create this color grading effect, I had to go into the adjustment layer and click on effect controls, and from there were some pre-made adjustment layers that I could add, but I found that these weren't the kind of tone that I wanted for the scenes. So I went to RGB curves and I actually made my own kind of color setting that I wanted, and I found this very useful because I could just use that same color tone throughout different clips if I needed to, just by using the same adjustment layer.
We overlapped the clips of the antagonist walking down the corridor with one slightly behind the other, so to create the hazy effect.
Right. And the glitch was an editing technique that we learned from watching a tutorial online. However, we altered it to have more of a creepy effect to fit the horror genre.
I was able to change the glitch to look a lot more creepier and jagged than how it did in a VCR video that I watched online, and I did this just by changing the wave type and a couple of other things such as the height of the wave as well as the width and some of the direction and speed.
In terms of our mirror scene, we added a linear swipe to the top layer and changed the transition completion to 50% to create this split screen cloning effect, so that we had the two different shots playing over at the same time.
I also added a few keyframes and altered the speed in between them to create these unnatural movements. We also edited the audio in a different software called Audacity, and we did this because we wanted to make the cries and the screams of the women sound more like an echo to create a more creepy atmosphere.
One of the problems that I encountered was, for some reason, when I'd come back to my computer after one day, all the videos that I had saved on there and were sequenced all together went offline, and I had no idea what this meant. So I had to look online on the internet and see what exactly had happened, and it took me a while to find out that I needed to link the media back to the source and locate exactly where the files had come from. I was glad that I could figure it out, and after that, it didn't happen again. But at least I know now what to do if it does occur.
So, our opening title sequence, it wasn't up to our standards because for Adobe Premiere Pro, they don't have the option to make a proper title animation, so we just had to use just an easy, quick fades in and out into different titles. Right, so after this whole project was finished, we had a new appreciation for people who edit programs and films.